When I first saw this robot catching balls on Red Geo, I found it so cool that I decided to build one for myself. Eventually, I started searching on Google and YouTube, and while searching, I discovered some cool robots. But I was also bombarded with terms like Arduino, actuators, Raspberry Pi, OpenCV, ROS, kinematics, machine learning. I was completely blown away. By the way, I was 15 at that time. Fast forward 5 years, I am 20 now, and I have developed few robots with my team so far. The cutest one is Delta. We also have Telescope. He's a bit taller, I guess. And a few more. Hello everyone, I'm Nishan. Let's begin. In order to develop most of the robotics projects, you need knowledge about three domains, namely electronics, programming and mechanics. In this video, we will cover electronics and programming. Let's look at a step-by-step approach which I have followed myself. Step 1. Start with a microcontroller. But what is a microcontroller? A microcontroller is a programmable circuit board which takes input values from sensors, do some calculation on them, and based on the calculation can control motor, actuator, etc. And since a microcontroller is a programmable device, you need to understand the basics of C programming language. And once you have mastered microcontroller electronics and C programming, you must implement projects like line following robot and obstacle avoidance robot. Remember, the more you will implement, the better you will understand. Step 2. Start using single board computer. A single board computer is very similar to your computer system or laptop, but on a very small form factor. You may ask, but what am I supposed to do with it? Actually, you can achieve a lot. You can add vision to your robot, speech and voice control, even run machine learning models. Jetson Nano and Raspberry Pi are two of the most commonly used single board computers. You can take your project to a whole new level with a Raspberry Pi. And most of the single board computers support Python programming language, so you must get yourself familiar with Python. And once you have hands-on experience with Python, start implementing Python libraries for computer vision and speech recognition. And don't forget to do projects like object following robot and face tracking robot. All the projects so far are fun, but now let's think of making a useful robot. Let's consider making a robot vacuum which will help us in house cleaning. Making this type of robot may look easy, but actually it is quite difficult. In order to write the software stack for our robot vacuum, we will need a magic word, or else our life will be a complete mess. The magic word is ROS. In order to understand how ROS will simplify our work, let's consider a simplified overview of our robot software. In order to make our robot vacuum work, we will need three programs. First one, to control the motor and the vacuum pump. Second, to create the map of the entire room. Third, a program to find the path which the robot will follow in order to clean the room. The last two programs are quite complex, but with ROS we don't need to worry. ROS has standard modules or packages which can perform these functions, and we can import them and use them with our motor control program. Not only that, ROS also provides us with a framework which manages the data communication between all of our programs. And if you think that's all, you are wrong. ROS also provides us with libraries and tools which help us in many ways. For example, in visualizing the sensor data, in simulating our robot. All this makes step 3 very clear. Step 3. Master ROS. You also need to understand about PCB designing and CAD designing. Now some advice. In total, there is a lot to understand, but it is not necessary to master every skill. Making a robot is a complex thing in itself, and if you try to do everything single-handedly, it further complicates things. In general, people having different skills work together as a team, so it is advised to master one skill and have basic understanding of the other. ROS is not the end of learning. There is still a lot to cover, like robot dynamics, robot kinematics, reinforcement learning, and the list goes on. you now have a better understanding of basics of robotics. This is all from my side, and if you guys have any advice or suggestions, please let us know in the comment section.